Have you ever stopped to think about what's next? What comes after the internet as we know it? What if the next big digital frontier wasn't just another app, but a fully realized autonomous world? A world with its own economy, its own citizens, and maybe even its own laws of physics. Well, today we're diving into a vision that wants to build exactly that.
So, this is the big idea behind TOI Planet. And let me tell you, it's a project with ambitions that go way beyond just being another gamified app. The real mission here is to turn a single application into a massive, scalable ecosystem. You have to think of it less like a single game and more like the foundational layer for something much, much bigger. A new digital continent for a whole decentralized entertainment economy.
Okay, so how in the world do you build a digital continent from the ground up? Well, in this explainer, we're going to walk through the blueprint. First, we'll get a handle on what this new digital continent really is. Then, we'll look at its core design, the land, and the laws. We'll meet the people who will live there, the builders and players. And then we get to the really mind-bending stuff, the idea of an autonomous, living planet. Finally, we'll zoom out and ask what this all could mean for the next decade of Web3.
All right, first up, what is this digital continent? It really all comes down to a huge shift in thinking. It's about moving away from creating just one single game and instead nurturing a living, breathing economy. This right here really captures that evolution perfectly. On one side, you've got the current state. It's a cool app. It keeps the user engaged. But the future state, that's where things get interesting. The vision is for that app to become the bedrock for a bustling economy, like a digital metropolis where tons of other people can come to build, create, and trade. It's that massive leap from just being a product to becoming a platform.
So you want to build a digital continent? You're going to need a blueprint. You have to lay out the land, figure out the laws that govern it, and of course, design the economy, the loot that's going to flow through the whole thing. And here's a really crucial point. Most of the online worlds we know today, whether it's social media or a big multiplayer game, they're basically closed gardens. One single company owns everything, they make all the rules, and they control all the assets. So if you buy an awesome skin in one game, guess what? It's stuck there forever.
TOI Planet is trying to flip that script completely. Their philosophy is, we are building the land, not just the buildings. What does that mean? It means they aren't trying to create every little piece of content themselves. Instead, they're moving to what's called a platform as a service model. So what is platform as a service, or PaaS? Well, to put it simply, it just means they provide the core foundation, the land, the tools, the basic rules of the world. And then anyone, whether you're an indie developer or a big brand, can come and build their own buildings on top of it. These could be new mini-games, trading hubs, social spaces, you name it. And this PaaS model has 3 clear layers. Right at the bottom, you have the core infrastructure. That's the blockchain, the planet's bedrock. On top of that, you have the TOI Planet SDK. Think of this as the ultimate toolkit for creators. And that toolkit is what makes the top layer possible. A whole ecosystem of third-party apps and games. Those are the buildings that are going to fill up this digital land. And this isn't just some abstract concept. The game map itself becomes a living marketplace. Individual zones aren't just places to do a mission anymore. They're actually governable subplatforms that developers can lease. It's literally digital real estate. So a third-party dev could lease a zone to build a cool research minigame, or a brand could set up a commercial hub for trading digital goods. So what's the fuel for this whole economy? It's the TOI token. And it's way more than just some in-game reward. It's the liquidity infrastructure for the entire continent. It connects all the partner games. It's used for services like funding new projects, and it even plugs into decentralized finance, or DeFi pools. It is the one universal currency for everything. This shows just how tightly the play and earn sides of things are woven together. The goal is to create this seamless hub where your gaming screen, with all its quests and maps, is directly tied to a financial dashboard. From there, you can do things like stake your tokens, which is kind of like putting them in a savings account to support the network, and earn a return. It's a true DeFi game hub where every action you take in the game has real economic weight.
But hey, a blueprint is just a piece of paper without people, right? You need folks to build the world and actually live in it. So who are the citizens of this new continent?
To get this, we need to understand what a DAO is. It stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization, and really, it's just a community-led group with no central boss. The members vote on all the big decisions, and the rules are automatically enforced by code. It's basically governance by the people, for the people. And here's what that DAO looks like in practice. Let's say a developer has a great idea for a new game. They can submit a proposal, then the community uses their reputation or their TOI tokens to vote on which projects they like. If a proposal gets enough votes, the funding is automatically released, and that new experience gets built. This is huge because it means the world grows in the direction that its actual users want it to. Now, who are these citizens with all this power? Well, every user gets what's called a universal astronet avatar, and this is way more than just a profile pic. It's a verifiable digital identity. The key here is something called reputation portability. The reputation you build in one game or app on TOI Planet comes with you to all the others. You don't have to start from scratch every single time. It's a game changer. And it's not just your reputation that's portable, it's your stuff, too. This is kind of the holy grail of Web3 gaming, cross-game interoperability. The goal is for your digital assets, like skins and tools, to actually work across different partner games. Your favorite gear is no longer trapped in that one closed Arden. This is how you create a truly borderless economy for assets. Okay, so all of this is leading up to the most mind-bending part of this whole vision. Creating a world that isn't just decentralized, but is actually autonomous. A world that can manage, regulate, and maybe even think for itself. Just let that sink in for a second. What if an entire digital world could react to what all its inhabitants were doing in real time, without a team of developers frantically pulling levers behind a curtain? That's where the AI comes in. This dashboard here is like the planet's vital signs monitor. AI models are going to be constantly tracking the economy. So if inflation starts to creep up, the system can automatically adjust the token rewards. If a mission becomes way too easy for players to farm over and over, it can dynamically crank up the difficulty. We're talking about automated economic stabilization happening in real time. And it's not just the world that's autonomous. The inhabitants will be too. We're not talking about those classic NPCs who just repeat the same 3 lines of dialogue. This quote from an AI-powered native inhabitant says it all. This character actually understands supply and demand. It can negotiate a price with you. It can issue you new quests based on your reputation. This could create an infinite loop of new content generated by AI agents, not just by human developers. The level of control the community has here is just staggering. Through the Planet Council DAO, players could literally vote on the laws of physics for their world, like adjusting the planetary gravity, which would change how long it takes to travel. And the plan is even to connect the world to real-life data. So when astronomers discover a real exoplanet, the game world itself could actually expand in response. How cool is that? So let's pull all these threads together and zoom out for a second. What we're looking at isn't just one project's roadmap, it's a potential blueprint for how we might interact with digital worlds over the next decade. This roadmap here shows the whole journey. You see, it starts small with a simple product focused on just getting users engaged. Then it evolves into a marketplace for ecosystem growth. And the final destination, Phase 5, is a fully autonomous world with a sustainable economy, AI-generated content, and community governance that's even assisted by AI. And that really brings us to the final statement, the very core of this whole ambitious vision. The ultimate goal here is to create a living world, a world that is truly owned by its citizens and is built from the ground up to be the foundation of a new kind of economy. It's a shift from just being a user of an app to becoming a citizen of a digital continent. So as we watch projects like this start to take shape, you have to ask yourself a big question. Are we just seeing the next generation of games being built? Or are we witnessing the first architectural drawings for a new kind of digital nation?